but it will come on soon enough. I don't know why it's not. I know. Sometimes it has it that I need to take my battery out and put it back in. I think that's what's going to have to be done here, unfortunately. The old live, off right? And on again.
Oh, we're live. Hello, everybody. How are you doing, beautiful people of the internet?
Oh, hang on. Right. Here it comes. Whoa. That is
So we are
deep
live, but we don't see you yet. People are starting to join.
People are starting to worry. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take that down. Let's take that down. Boom, boom, boom. Right, I'm back. Back in the room. Hello everyone.
There.
Hello there. Hello there. Here's some water.
You're drinking fuzzy water.
Yeah, of course I am. This is my go-to.
Nice. So people are starting to join. Wherever you are joining us from, please consider joining from YouTube. You can comment. We'll interact with you. We'll talk. We'll chat. Hang around. So.
Or give us a subscribe.
Yeah.
Our thumbnail isn't up on YouTube, so I'll quickly do that. Oh, what a week! What a week it's been. I literally landed. I went to. What I'm talking about for me. This is personal time.
Personal. Okay.
This is personal time.
Tell me.
Yeah, so I went. I mean, not that personal, but like I went to Sofia this week in Bulgaria as a quasi business trip, searching for opportunities, striking deals, all that kind of stuff. Closing deals, riding the waves, buy, sell, pointing my finger, all this sort of stuff, being the big boss man. 6th of February. 6/2. And yeah, it was mixed in with a lot of drinking, a lot of eating, a lot of meetings, and it was a good fun trip. And I literally landed late last night, and luckily I stayed the 2 hours ahead of me, the 1 hour ahead of you, Kabaza. But I stayed on UK time. I tried to wake up really late because I knew I wasn't going to be there. I was only there for 5 days. So it has been actually quite seamless kind of getting back and, getting back into the swing of things. So yeah,
cool.
Kind of trying to keep track of that AI news during the week has been pretty hard.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week.
It has indeed. It has indeed. Haven't got to use and do the code stuff. I mean, most of my time, as people know that maybe follow me, I've been just doing the Moltbot stuff. And do you know what's really funny? I didn't like the name Moltbook, but it seems to be the name that I keep accidentally saying, which is kind of funny because I don't know why. It's kind of funny. But anyway, doing a lot of the OpenClaw stuff over the last just before I left, and then.
So is your agent joining the anti-social movement on Moltbook?
Well,
conspiring against you?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we'll cover Moltbook later on today. We'll talk about it because it basically, crashed and burned, and it's something we suspected when we first started playing around with it. Because you don't need any credential, like, you just need to verify, and then you can just post. Like, we didn't know what the difference was between human and AI. We were like, well, how do you know the difference? And you can't. But all of the religion stuff, all of the language stuff was probably just trolls just posting to Moltbook. So I was like, and then everything got really slow and it wasn't able to like connect and do anything. So I just removed it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what people do. How would you authenticate people and distinguish it from bots? And what if I use that computer to authenticate with my face or whatever, and then I just give my authentication to my app, and my Claude
Well,
bot
are you
starts
talking about
posting.
Moltbook specifically or just in general?
Yeah,
Well,
Moltbook.
you don't need to do any sort of crazy authentication.
Yeah, but how would you add it? Yeah, that's what I'm.
How would I add
asking.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Using Sam Altman's something. What was it? that scam.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
WorldCoin, was it WorldCoin? Something like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's no way, because we spoke about like, agents controlling the browser and knowing the difference between a human, and realistically, there's not a lot. There's not a lot you can do to tell the difference between a human and an AI. Especially with interacting with things and APIs and stuff like that. There's nothing. Yeah, the agent tries to act like a human, so there's really not a lot you can do to separate the two. You can try and prove that you are a human, but you couldn't prove that you are a human imitating a bot, because there's no way to differentiate the bot to say it's just a bot sort of thing. But yeah. So yeah, it's been I deleted Moltbook because it just was not working, and I didn't really believe it from the get-go. But yeah, it's funny. Well, yeah, we'll get into it. I won't go too deep.
We'll get into it.
But yeah, what's been going on your end?
Burning through my tokens. Tons of them. I've been having so much fun just building and building and building. I'm rethinking a lot of things. I'm like, well, I guess I need to think bigger. I know it's probably the Dunning-Kruger effect that I briefly mentioned, but I feel like I can do whatever, and I'm probably at the top of the, what's it called, like the stupid, like the it has a name, Mount Stupid. I'm at top of Mount Stupid right now.
Well, bear in mind, you are still just creating app. You're not creating a SaaS app. You're not creating something that tons of you'll sell and tons of users. You're certainly getting there. You're learning and whatever, but there's a big difference between creating an app that you use internally, doesn't need authentication, doesn't need this. The security criteria is much less when you're building apps for yourself. And you know what? Go nuts. But don't be fooled into thinking that you can build production ready SaaS applications for clients at the level you are now. Case in point is, and we'll go into it, is the guy who invented Moltbook. The last tweet he said, it's something along the lines of, I built Moltbook without reading a single line of code. I had a dream of an architectural vision, and I just prompted my way to success. This is the future. He deluded himself into thinking he can release something production ready. I would say Claude bot, or now OpenClaw, was by far and away more secure and better built than his pile of trash website that he built. He thought that because he could see something, that he had implemented all of the right ways to do things, but he did not at all.
I don't know. I feel like along the same way, kind of like, I can build it if it doesn't show, if I don't have a bug, there won't be any bug, there won't be any issue. Well, I know it's not going to scale that way, but still, like in the past, if you would inspire people, or if you had ideas and you were a designer, you could just design stuff, explain but you couldn't build it. You had to build a team around it, and in order to build it. But I feel like, not that I don't need a team, but I feel like with a smaller team, I can do so much more. And it's, in
Oh,
short,
yeah.
it's making me rethink the way I was thinking about what to build. To be honest, I feel a bit lost. To be very honest, I feel like if I can build anything, well, not anything, but you know what I mean. If I can build anything pretty much, what should I build? It's the horizon has expanded so much since I've been using Claude Code and just getting myself in the past 3 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I need to think bigger, because the Cocktail app with Replit, I made it with 2 hours, and I'm like, what now? It's done.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. It's weird because, this business trip I went with an old friend, and we had lots of, life existential conversations. And so I've been thinking a lot about, it's easy to be like overwhelmed with everything, but sometimes it's just about bringing it back down to basics, simplifying everything, not getting caught up in the chaos. Because realistically, the answer to your question is often very, very simple. Yet we're so distracted by everything around us that we just end up in a what's it called? Not tidal wave. What's that spinning thing of air? Twister, like a man. Why can't I remember what those things are?
I don't know.
I know the film's called Twister, and I know they're like a triangle, not a hurricane. Tornado.
Okay. Tornado.
It feels like you're just caught up in this tornado where there's just so much stuff going on and you're being distracted and whatever. But it's just a case of just maybe take a moment to meditate,
Yeah. I feel like, the shiny object syndrome. I feel like that every single day, especially like this week. This week has been like, I've been on this shiny object syndrome for the whole week. And I've been trying all of these things, all of them, but none of them probably deep enough. But yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and we've spoken about this to people on the show and all that lot. Just have fun. Get yourself excited and whatever, and then just recognize that, okay, maybe this is just a fun little period of your life where you're building your tools, but actually it starts to get boring and you just go back to design and you go back to doing the design stuff or whatever it is. But just have fun. And then if you find that and you know what, I want to start doing this for clients, then deal with that when it comes to it. And then maybe
I'm doing it.
What do you mean?
I'm doing, like, I started offering clients
mate, you don't know, like, I'm saying this as a friend now, you don't know what the hell you're doing.
So there is this client, they wanted to use Sketchfab for AR hosting, and it cost like $80 a month. And I was like, why not offer them like our own solution? We'll just build it. So
you don't know what you're doing though, mate.
No, I don't know. I have
do you know anything like, would you know anything about web with Jason like?
No. I'm doing research. Like I'm doing
Moltbook.
research.
Moltbook is the result of someone who thinks they know what they're doing, but actually they don't.
Okay, so I know that we don't need scale, right? I know that we will have like less than 1,000 users, I don't know, like per month, maybe 5,000 maximum per month. I know that we won't have that type of scale issue, that type. For security, I will ask I could and potentially you know. So I will I will figure it out. I'm not saying that, hey, I'll just prompt it with like a single prompt and it will just, happen. But
you do not have my blessings in this. You do not have my blessings.
Again, I told you, I said I'm at the top of this. I'm literally
stupid. You are.
I'm literally offering like applications that I will build for my clients, and it will be fine. It will be all fine. You know why?
Anyway, why?
Because
You're a man stupid.
no, I'm not even reading the code or the plan. Well, since our lives, I've been starting to read actually more of the plan and being critical. And I'm telling GPT 5.3 to criticize 4.6 Opus and vice versa, and trying to make them come up with better and better plans before we go forward.
I said this to my friend. If you don't know how to draw and you ask AI to draw you a picture, you'll probably think it looks frigging great. Let's bring it into our world. You probably ask AI to design your website. If you're not a web designer, you probably think it's great. I think it's great, right? I'll think, oh, that's really good. That does the job. But a real quote unquote real designer will come in and be like, no, that's utter trash. And that's the same thing with
I know
that's the same thing with the code. It's like it deludes you into thinking that what you've done is actually correct or right, but you don't know what you're looking at in order to spot the signs of like this is actually terrible, you know?
I don't want to trash Theo, but I watched his video showing how much better Claude Code is with that skill at front end design and like marketing websites. And he shows some stuff on his screen and it's like beautiful. I'm like, no, I get why in the first glance the website looks beautiful, but no, it has so many issues like design wise. It's just not there. So I get what you say. Like it might produce something that looks good, but it's probably not as good as it seems like. But I'm learning. I don't think I'm trying to. I know that I'm not trying to build enterprise apps. I'm not trying to build the next Webflow. I'm trying to build like, I would say even like mini SaaS, like micro SaaS is what I'm building now, and multiple small tools.
Good luck.
I will show some.
I don't care about showing. Like, I don't care about the looks. We're not really talking about.
I don't know.
And we're not really talking about it functioning. We're talking about whether it poses a major security flaw, you know, or whether it's leaking security. Well, yeah, security is spans across everything. Whether you're leaking data, whether you're storing, data in the correct way, whether you're enabling one user to edit the data of another user, whether your server can even handle rate limiting, as an example. Have you heard about rate limiting? So it's like it's dangerous. Someone's just asked, why am I so cynical? I don't think it's cynicism. I think it's like, you learn. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to go to uni to study, I don't fucking know, like maths or whatever it is. And then you think you're a mathematician after day one. It's like, you've got a whole 2 years to like now learn. It's a case of getting better. You get better. You know so little at this point. Just because you can't just charge forward with confidence. Like, well, you can. Don't get me wrong. What you build and what you create, it might look like it works, but then it only takes. Like you've just got to look back at Moltbook as the most recent example. Claude in some ways. There is literally evidence right in front of your face of people who charge in thinking they know what they're doing. Like, the cynicism isn't my belief in Kabaza. Like, I think you can get there for sure, but like, just be selling this to clients is where I think the buck should stop. Like, work on your own stuff, learn about it in your own time. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Or anyone should stop doing what
this is where I would disagree a little bit. I mean, I started even with design, with photography that I did. I started offering services that I have not before. Always. This was like, there is always like the first app that you build. And of course, like there's a level that you build for yourself, and then you feel like, okay, I can up the difficulty a little bit and sell it and get paid to learn. So once the way I see it, if my client pays me 2K for an app to build, probably like an agency would cost like 20 times more or 100 times more. I don't know. I will use this money to learn and to make sure that the things that you are talking about are good enough, correct. So I'm taking this money to learn, and it was the same with design.
There's something very different in being given some money to take some photos, and then the photos not really coming out, and it's like, whoopa, like
no, it can be like really bad. Imagine you do like wedding photography.
Yeah, but
you can't
but this
wrong.
Is not. Oh no, of course, right, and that's the kind of first example that came into my head. Yeah, that would be absolutely stupid. Would you put yourself forward for wedding photography just because you know how to click a button on a camera?
Not exactly, but I've done like wedding photography, and
sure,
before doing it, I've done photo, but like you still, like when you go into this new level, you up the difficulty. There are unknown territories. The same with web design. You could theoretically say, yeah, you get the design wrong, what happens? Well, if you get a button wrong on a website, you might tank the conversion of the client. There are so many things that can go wrong. Yes, being hacked is probably one of the worst, right? Maybe it is the worst, but I'm just saying that this is how I do things. I get myself into this difficult waters and I'll figure out how to swim.
It's just at the cost of probably, like, it could be financial cost to the client. It could be financial cost. I don't know what this app's going to be doing, but like you could leak details. You could GDPR is obviously a massive thing as well. Like if someone finds out, or whatever, like it's not just it's not just like, oh, but whoopsie, like I made a mistake and I will fix it, or oopsie. It's not just like, it's not something it could be like, yeah, my master user was compromised and they changed the passwords of everyone, stealing all of their information and their financial detail. Like the consequences of failure are exponentially higher than a few bad photos at a wedding or a bad button causing conversion.
I'm not getting myself into this situation. I think this is the difference. I'm not.
But you are, though, because you're building an app for a client and getting paid.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like this type of like security vulnerabilities that you are talking about. Like we're just hosting some 3D assets, and instead of using a tool that costs $80 a month, I'm just going to, I don't know, maybe charge them $20 a month for my app.
But you're probably going to be using you're like,
I'm going to use like hosting on AWS and using some open source AR stuff. I'm still figuring it out, but my point is I'm getting paid to figure out those things that you are mentioning instead of just doing it on my own. I'm getting paid to figure them out, and I will.
Do not condone this one bit. You should never learn on the client's dime. You should be able to do these things before you do. Maybe little bits of knowledge here or there. You learn something new in the process of doing the thing that you already know, but to be whatever. Anyway, let's get on with the intro then, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with the intro. We have comments? No, well, it's mentioned. Okay. Well, it was a long chat. We have close to 40 people. Okay. So this week we got 2 new super powerful models, Opus 4.6 and GPT 5.3 Codex. Webflow surprised us with their new AI builder. I'm so excited to show you what they have. Figma added an AI image to vector editor that is really cool. And we have Codex App, which we will compare to Claude Code desktop app. All of this and a few more news on this week's episode. This is Cmd+AI. I'm Kavarza.
And I am Sam, and this is a week in AI design and dev.
Cool. So we have tons of stuff we should go through.
Yeah. So basically, the coding wars is heating up as the big two released their final frontier, the frontier models, just 27 minutes apart. Opus 4.6 and GPT 5.3 Codex. So we'll go from, I think that the fact that they are 26 minutes apart or 25 minutes apart is just insane. And do I have the everything's flipping crashed. 6:12 p.m. was Codex. It's really annoying. And where's Claude? 5:43, I think Claude was released on. But if we go through,
so are you telling me that OpenAI is probably a bit mad at Anthropic and they are trying to show they have something to release? We'll talk about that.
I don't know. It's might just be a massive coincidence. I maybe wouldn't read into it too much, but essentially Opus 4.6 improves on coding skills. I mean, if you don't know what Opus is, Anthropic have Claude, which is their model, and they've got 3 levels. Opus is the big boy, costs the most capable. Sonnet is sort of in between, and then Haiku is like the fast, snappy chat model that they have. And yeah, we were on Opus 4.5. We've now increased just a digit. It's interesting as well that ChatGPT increased just a digit as well. So I don't know, maybe they didn't know, not too sure. It plans more carefully, sustains agentic tasks for longer, and can operate more reliably in larger code bases, has better code review and debugging skills to catch its own mistakes. And in a first for our Opus class models, Open 4.6 features a 1 million context window, and that's in beta. So very, very capable, like smashing all the benchmarks as we come to know at this point. I mean, and agentic, pretty good increase there.
And if we look at the numbers, we have Opus released before Sonnet and before Haiku, which is normally not the case. Normally,
that's true.
Haiku. We have Haiku, Sonnet, Opus, because Opus is the best and the beefiest one.
Yeah, indeed. Wanted to bring this as well. It introduces agent teams. I think this is more of a Claude Code feature, but agent teams being able to spin up, asking to build a feature and having a specialist agent on your front end, specialist agent on your back end, specialist agent on your UX, and then they can combine to and communicate with each other to work on the task at hand, which is pretty cool. I was going to show quickly how to do that, because there is a bit of a knack to it.
That's actually interesting. I want to know how to do that, because I started to plan an app. I have a document for it, and I started tingling with the idea of what if that task list that I have, what if I could name the tasks and apply them and assign them to different agents, like agent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then have like a way of running like 5 different agents, and each would go and pick their own tasks and do it. So are you telling me this is going to do this presumably automatically?
I mean, you have to. I mean, it needs to be. It's not just going to do it automatically. I think you need to allude in the prompt to say that you want multiple agents. Do you know what I mean? Like, so the first thing you do in your settings JSON, which you can get in your root, the root of your file user. Where are we at here? Here, Claude settings JSON. You've got to turn Claude Code experimental agents to true or 1. And then when you spin up Claude Code, nothing will change. You just got to, again, oh no, look what I've done now. If I cite 0.585, go into my thing here. Again, it's in your prompt that you say, build this X feature. Make sure to use separate agents and whatever. So it's not just going to pick that up, or at least it'll be more likely that you want to point it to do that rather than it to, try and do it automatically. I think it's better that you are more explicit with it. So that's kind of a cool feature of it. They also have made some, here you go, this is relevant to you. They've also made some cybersecurity improvements to both of the models as well, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I think this is bigger and better, which is why I wanted to kind of combine the two, the release of GPT Codex and Opus, in that there's not much more to say. They're just better. Do you know what I mean? So if I go to comment tab, blah, 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 GPT 5.3 Codex, in fact, we'll go to this one. Ultimately, the same thing. The only thing to note is, again, this was released 25 minutes after OPEX, Jesus Christ, Opus. But it scored significantly higher on the terminal bench. Other than that, I think we need to look at artificial analysis, which it's not as up to date as comparing them all yet. Again, it's just been released, so they've not got a good comparison between Opus 5. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, there's so many numbers right now. Opus 4.6 and Codex 5.3. No one has the comparison between the two yet because they just got released so close apart. I think when was it? Yesterday they got released, or last night even.
Last night, yeah. So the way I understand it is just use the newest model. If you're a developer, you'll just look at the numbers and just use the highest number, especially now with Opus having the higher number. It just makes it much easier in a way to see what is the best. That's the best. Just use it.
And it's such a good point as well, because we'll get into Codex and the new tool that was released alongside all this. I just prefer Claude models. Like, I'm interested to, going back to shiny object syndrome, I'm interested to see what all these latest models are doing. But I think by now most people have just sort of found the model that they prefer, right? If unless you're encountering major issues, or unless you're in a, it's crazy that this time, maybe not this time last year anymore, but like just over a year ago, we were handwriting all of our code. Now we're just really being pedantic about minor things that an agent is just writing so much of our code. So anyone not really interested in discovering like the latest and greatest and splitting hairs and all these different models, you can't really go wrong with all these things. I'm not about to tell you that Codex is better than Opus or Claude even. So yeah, in an attempt to not make people sort of too overwhelmed, they're both great models.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that there is improvement. So pick your battle. If you're already paying for GPT, ChatGPT Plus, keep using Codex. It's great. If you're using Claude, use Claude Code, then use Claude. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, that's the news. Newer models, some newer things. That again, there's a steer. You can steer. Oh, what are you doing? You can steer the models in GPT Codex, the actual app, which will go over. You can actually steer it like midway through. It's constantly checking back with you and checking to see if there's any additional information added. You can kind of do it with Claude Code. I have done it, during a little break or whatever, when I've queued a prompt, it's kind of taken that into consideration. I've not needed anything any more responsive than that. but we'll see in the Codex app how responsive that is. Maybe you can show us a little interrupt a prompt or something. So yeah, pretty always welcome to see the new coding models, and there are some significant updates here, but use whichever one's your favorite. I was going to talk about Moltbook, but do you want to talk about Codex just because we're chatting about it? It seems like a more of a seamless transition.
Yeah. Let me get my stuff ready. Just a quick thing. Okay. I'll show that in a second. So where was it? Now I found it. OpenAI is showing an entire new way of building apps with AI. It has a UI and I'm loving it, but I'm not using it as much as I really wanted to. So here we have Codex App. The naming is probably confusing. You've heard Codex, but this is the Codex desktop app. And it is a whole new way of building with AI. So you have these folders that are your projects, different projects. And within each project, you have different chats. And you can entirely use this new UI to build without even looking at your code. But if you want to look at your code, you actually can. You have this view to look at your structure and the diff, and it's not a full-on, it's not a code editor, it's just...
You can't edit that code.
I think you can. No, I can't.
What's that plus? What's that plus on the left? Is that just to reference the line in the chat?
Request change. So it's kind of like a comment to change something. So like the inline changing in cursor, I guess. But you can also open with cursor. You can build it. You can commit from here. That I really like. It's quite simple to commit directly from here. You have the terminal. I'm not using it really, but you could. And this is like my new favorite way of doing like this agentic, I guess, vibe coding in a way. And like this is my project. I was doing it with Claude Code, but now I just changed it to Codex and continued. And this is also kind of like interesting how you can just easily have your project and use whatever model, whatever tool you want to working on it. And yeah, that's the app. It's really nice, but it's OpenAI. So if you don't like OpenAI models, you can't use it. But we can compare that to actually, let me get my Claude desktop code. So this is the Claude app, the desktop app, and this is the code tab. And this is something that I didn't use before. I haven't, like in the past. I just never thought about it. But it's essentially the same thing. So you have this code tab. Here you can have different chats, and you see this is a different project. You see it here. This is also a different project. And here you just use Claude. In this case, I'm planning something. And yeah, it has a UI. It's very similar to having to use the terminal app, but with a UI. And I would say it's a bit nicer, and it's nicer to also manage different apps. But what Codex app got really nice is having like these different threads that are like kind of like organized by the project. And I really like that. That is different project, different thread, easier to do multitask on multi projects. It just makes it much nicer. It has also, like, just to continue on the Codex app side of things, you have the skills that you can install. You can just add with a button. Now I have Cloudflare deploy. It has automations, which, by the way, is very similar to Claude Cowork in a way to me. I haven't used it yet, but it seems like these are things that I could do with it as well. Similar, not exactly the same to Claude Cowork. I will try this in the future, but I'm really liking this new UI. And if I have to look at the app, the code, I can, but I don't have to, and I really like that. And I just actually, you want to say something?
Just saying, I don't think you can't look at the code in Claude app, can you?
If you want to look at the code at Claude app, no, I guess you can't from here. I don't see a button to do that here. I can copy the oh no, you can actually. You can not from the app, but you open it in your code editor, and you have the terminal. And here I didn't approve the plan, but it did something anyway. This is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to read it. I haven't approved. Did I click approve? I don't know. Anyway, so this is the Claude code. No, the Claude desktop app code. The naming is, oh man. Okay, I guess Codex app is even like in a way better than Claude desktop app code. That's how I'm calling it.
It's the Claude desktop app, which is in the code tab, I guess. But
exactly.
It's not any.
Yeah. So I used the Codex app. I used the GPT 5.3 Codex to add something to my chat app. So I'm building this chat app alongside with some YouTube assistant stuff. And the chat app, I turned it into a full-on like chat experience, and I love it. And I just asked it, actually, let me reload so it shows up correctly. Yeah, so it's the welcome screen. I just told it to add these two features. So I have a note feature. I can append a note kind of like from my canvas to the chat, or draw something. I can like draw a flower or whatever, and I can append it here and send it to the AI chat, because sometimes I need to doodle something and I say, can you make a JSON prompt for this for Midjourney or whatever, right? And it's so helpful to have this. And I just vibed it, and I just told Codex to add these features to this welcome screen as well, and it did. And I tested, and it works, and it's
Weird one. Where are you running the app from? Are you just? This is Cursor, right?
This is the.
So you still have
the
Cursor
browser. Yes, this is the browser inside of Cursor. The reason I do this is because I have my my plans like at hand, like very easily. I can just access my files, I guess, if I need to. I don't use the Cursor agents anymore. No. I think I'm going to cancel Cursor altogether as well, probably. What I started to play around with is this select element, because I had some places where I wanted to prompt the UI to be more consistent. For example, here you see I have this tab system. Here I have it too, like this kind of like tab system. Again, it exists here. I had 3 different styles, and the same for these like drop downs. I had different styles everywhere. This one was different because I was building in pieces. So I would use the cursor inspect element to get these, and then prompt them to whatever agent that I'm using to fix them. Yeah, so that's kind of like, that has been my way of doing things. And if I would wish for something, I wish there was a tool like this that would separate the projects like this, but I would also want to have it like alongside with the code editor. Maybe a cursor with this view would be cool. So cursor, kind of like the agent view, but as powerful as the Claude code, something like this. That's kind of what I'm wishing, a mix of all of these, so I can open the project within the same window, and in a different tab I can see my code, in a different tab I see my agent, and on the left side I see my projects, and I don't have to deal with 20 different cursor windows, because right now, I kid you not, I can count probably like 5 different cursor projects open, which makes the window management a bit busy. That's why I really like this, but it's just Codex.
Yeah, maybe make a feature suggestion, or I mean, this is V1, right? So who knows what's to come.
Yeah, but I
Really
think
nice.
they are on the right track with this whole, like, this clicked. That's what I want to say. This clicked, and I think OpenAI, even though I don't really love their models or OpenAI itself, I think they are on the right track with this UI.
Yeah,
it's just much nicer than the terminal, even though the terminal looks like more professional, whatever. This is nicer.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Really cool. I don't know whether I'll try and use it just to kind of keep abreast of what's going on. But again, like, Claude models for me work really well. I like CLI. I like the focus of a CLI. I like reduced, everything reduced.
I begin to also like it, but I mean, this is not far from it. And I noticed you mentioned people choose one of these models and tools and they go with it, they get used to it. And I started thinking, like, why am I liking Claude Code more? Even in the CLI, and I'm also using Warp, as you suggested. I really like that the responses are so concise and so on point. So it's kind of like, it talks to me, and it really connects, and it is much easier for me to understand what it wants from me and how I can just go next, and I continue building.
Well,
And
we'll go over this. We'll go over this on our next stream, right? But I think there's a lot to be said about tuning your experience, right, and not just accepting what it gets out of the box. If you feel like ChatGPT is verbose, right, you've obviously got different, you've got extra high, medium, and low, stuff like that. You've got that as a first point. Second point is the Agents.md file that we speak about, which is, again, making a rule to say, make your responses concise. Maybe it is, I don't know, but you should feel like you are able to tailor your experience. If you prefer one thing out the other, add that to your Agents.md file. Don't just be okay with what comes out of the box, because that's step one in agentic engineering, if you want to call it that. Step two is really getting to know the tools. It's like a cat that's just crashed.
No, it's the cat feeder, automatic feeder.
It just sounds like just something crashed in the background.
No, it's like his food dropping.
So you have many skills, Agents.md, ways to help you get your work done, and just using out of the box is just step one.
I know it is kind of being lazy, but at the same time, it's, to be honest, a bit overwhelming to do all of these settings. And then imagine I genuinely started building a plan with different agents, and assigning tasks to different ones, and trying to understand how can I have different sessions, like different complete sessions of Claude code attacking one single plan file. And then in my head I was like thinking they could go in and I could name them. I could say, you're agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, agent 4, and go attack this. And I could say, there's another agent, look at them. I know that they are building these things internally, so I don't know, like, should I go all this way and try this new way of doing things while they're doing it internally? So it's kind of this balance, and a lot of times you end up just using the vanilla settings, whatever, out of the box.
It's definitely a good starting point, and I think mostly the vanilla experience of Claude Code was better for me. And all I've done is over time, and again, why we're probably going to look into it in the next Claude Code session, which, by the way, we've been streaming imparting my experience and my knowledge on Claude Code to Gabaza while he builds an app. While I wanted to introduce it over time, so we'll talk about it, but the difficulty that we encountered doing things in the last episode, I'm hoping to then alleviate with some introduction of that, so we could see the pain, feel the pain of what it was, that then we can, okay, this is how we're going to solve it, and that's kind of been the feel, the vibe, and the just my teaching method throughout this whole thing. Let's get it up and running. Let's hear it as snag, really hit that snag, and then be like, okay, here's the remedy to that sort of thing. So anyway, all that to be said, again, use whatever suits you, find what works for you, and there's no harm in sticking with it, if you're just a casual user. We are nerds that like to look for new tools and explore these things. It doesn't mean you should too.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't get to read the plan, and Claude started coding the plan. So,
does it have a plan mode?
Yes, it does. Let me show it again. Here, there is this plan. By the way, it says that it's doing the plan. And here we have the ask, code, and plan mode.
Yeah, so there's an interrupt kind of feature to this as well, where you can not interrupt, but steer it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And put a prompt in that it's seemingly, from my understanding, it's going to check in a bit more frequently than, say, Claude Code would. There's a kind of call and response type of heartbeat to it or something. I don't know how you'd.
So what I noticed is quite interesting is, like, right now you see, like, what is happening now? Like, it seems like I can start chatting, but it's going to continue working again. See, without me doing anything, it continues working. And now it continues working. So it has this plan, and it's going through each of the phases. So even though it looks like it has stopped, it kind of like picks up and starts again and continues. So let's see how long it can work uninterrupted.
That's the problem with GPT models, is they do tend to talk and think and whatever. It isn't as concise. It does take significantly longer, which might work better for you if you like to, again, maybe I can imagine working on multiple things at any one time. It gives you the opportunity to do that because it takes so long to do those things,
Yeah. By the way, like, talking about like continuous work, there is a way to do things, send the task to Claude, not Claude, on Codex App.
Cloud.
So you can do it locally or on the cloud.
Oh yes, that's
what a time to be alive. Yeah.
Because you can do that on Claude Code as well. If you go, the Claude desktop app. If you were to create a new, you have to start so you have to start a new session. And then in there, you've got local. You can see local.
Oh, yeah.
And then you connect to GitHub. So then it will just do it on the cloud and then push it automatically to GitHub. But you pick and choose which you want to work locally or whatever. But you need GitHub set up. Yeah.
Okay. So is it on Anthropic servers in that case?
I think so. Or GitHub's. Either way, the cost is kind of covered on the thing. Saying that, we didn't cover this deal that they're doing with Opus, did we?
What exactly?
The $50 extra.
Oh yeah, we haven't. Yeah, maybe you show this because by accident I clicked it. So
yeah.
So that's for the previous video though.
Yeah. So basically,
but you can show it. Yeah.
some reason it's not letting me edit today. Before presenting a screen, remove the other one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so in my settings here, just making sure no API keys, you get this, which is £37, which is $50. You get extra usage just to celebrate the launch of 4.6. So yeah, you did it, didn't you? So you're on the $19 plan. It charged you an extra $50, and you just get some more usage. I couldn't see any statistics or any how do you say exact numbers on how much extra usage you get. I think it's like $50 of API pricing, or maybe they get probably at the very least $50 of API pricing.
So the way I understood it, and the reason I clicked it, I thought you pay $50 and then you get that $50 of extra kind of like API pricing anyway, and up to a certain time you'll get even more, kind of like unlimited. I thought you'd get unlimited until the end of the deal, but
$50 credit. $50 credit.
So what is special about it? It's just cheaper, maybe.
That's why I mean I think it's like slightly more generous than API pricing. Maybe it's half price API pricing and you get $50 or something like that. I think that's what it is.
You're on the 100. Yeah,
I'm on the 100. Yeah.
Okay.
So
why not the 200?
Because I haven't done any code in a little while, to be fair. So I will. $100 seems to be a good balance. $19 isn't enough when I get heavy with it. 200 is just wait. I've never hit the limits of 100, and I've just released a video today about Claude bot and Open Claude and buying a Mac Mini and stuff. It's like we need to get used to like seeing the limits, because there's so much flexibility. If you see the limits, upgrade. It takes 2 seconds. If you're not using it, downgrade. So I'm not hitting the $100 limits.
With the $19 a month plan, I'm hitting the limits sometimes within 5 minutes if I have multiple agents. Sometimes I do have multiple like agents redesigning or something. I've done like kind of like big redesigns with multiple like 6 agents and hit the limit in 5 minutes, and I was like, oh shoot, I didn't see this coming. So yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more careful.
Here we go. Right, we can go on to Claude ads, but next in line is the Webflow AI builder. So up to you.
Okay, so let me.
I like things to transition nicely because we were talking about Claude Code, but really it doesn't matter. I just a bit anal like that.
Yeah.
Push it to the limit.
I'll show this and then this and
sorry, just put some cream on me. Cream on my elbows.
Okay.
I've got dry skin.
Cream for your left elbow.
My right as well.
Cream. The right one needs a different type of cream.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I can hear something with your mic when I guess the desk is wiggling.
No, I know what it is. It should be fine now.
Yeah, it is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is the new Webflow, and this new Webflow update is much bigger than it seems like, and it's about the new direction Webflow is taking with their entire platform.
Wow. By the way, not even seen this. I don't know what this is about.
You haven't seen this. This is Webflow. Like, it's hard to believe. It looks like,
it's like Figma.
Canvas.
Framer.
It's Framer. It's Figma. It's a canvas, and it's so freaking cool. So let's actually let's actually start using it. So we have this AI site builder. It has a new tag because this is like the new version. You can start it directly from the Webflow homepage, and I already have a prompt ready. So I'm going to give it the prompt, and let's go. It's a JSON prompt, and here you already see some new sort of like UI.
Oh, richer
And
than
here we have a sitemap. What does it look like?
Reloom.
Yeah, yeah, quite a lot. So it seems like right now I can do only 5 pages. I tried to prompt it to do more. Haven't been able, doesn't matter. I'm not going to use this today. I'm excited to use this on my old projects. I'm excited to use this for other things other than this AI builder, but this is where they are showing it off. So you can delete the pages. Actually, let's delete this about page. Now that I have 4 pages, I can add a new page. Add about page.
Can I just point out
And
as well?
generate.
This is really nice because it's imitating the product development life cycle. So you set a prompt,
Yes.
it's then taking you through the information architecture and the UX. And then this
Yes.
forms the basis of the next prompt, which presumably is the design and the pages and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that this is following the product development life cycle.
So here I can add, for example, a new section, FAQ. What is missing is to change, like to specifically prompt each section. That is not available yet. But I'm super excited that all of that what you said with the life cycle, but also for, let's say, projects that already exist. I would really love to see this view for my existing projects. In addition to all of this, the metadata, like imagine if you could have like seeing the title, the title, the maybe even the heading structure, like you could toggle to add all of this in this view, and you could like have such a nice way of like managing all of your website and what is where, the information for architecture and everything. Anyway, so this already looks amazing, and you can edit it and whatnot. You can swap sections if you want. Now let's generate site, and this is where it gets even more exciting. Like this is genuinely so cool, and I'm so happy to see this like new by the WebGL essentially canvas, because this section that we have is almost certainly rendered via WebGL, and it is going to open up so many opportunities. So this one is, I guess, taking a little bit. Now it's reloading, and it's going to give us this new view that is also very similar. Now, preparing site, creating sections, drafting content, and then we'll have finalizing all of these pages. At this point, I can also like drag and zoom in, but I guess it's taking a little bit of time to drink. But yeah, this doesn't look like Webflow, right? Like the old one.
I mean, you tell us probably, but does that exist anymore, the old one? Or is it just this
yes.
now? Or...
So this is just the intro for the AI builder. And you mentioned such a good point. This is the last time we see this view, unfortunately, as of now. Once you pass this, once you go into the old Webflow UI, you cannot come back here and change things from here. And that is what I want to see.
Why would you?
It is so nice to see all of the pages next to one another. And I would like to navigate the entire Webflow experience this way. Like this way, also with the other way. Anyway, so here we can obviously zoom in and zoom out, and everything is super sharp. So I don't know how they are rendering this, and it's very performant. I mean, we have only 5 pages. Anyway, we click edit, we go in. Saw that? There was already an animation. So let's go back to all pages. I go back in. There is this nice animation, and I can change the colors. I can come here. I can say I like this one or whatever. Like I like this one, and you see how everything changes kind of like automatically. very in a really nice way. So I can do this with the colors, and I can add animations. We'll talk about this, the headings and sections, whatnot. We can do it here for whatever we don't like. I can go back to other pages. Let's go to the contact page. Here, let's say we want to add a section underneath. We have now this view. This one takes a while to load. That has been my experience consistently with this, taking a bit. And there is a fair bit of hero sections. I mean, all of are these all hero sections? That's quite a lot of sections. Mate, this is so laggy. The other views are so fast, and this is just so laggy. Anyway, let's add this one. Can I move it up? Oh, to move it up, I have to use this arrow. Okay, cool. Now I have it up. The images seem like to be made with some image generator tool, and I can obviously change the color here to match the rest. And that's this new view of kind of like configuring your pages in a very, very, very simple way without going into all the details. And this is what I'm saying. I would love to have these different ways. I would love to see this as a, let's say, a marketer view, an editor view. After I made a website for them, they could add new pages this way. I would love to see that. Anyway, we say continue building, and now we go to the old Webflow UI and we say goodbye to that new UI.
Because realistically, that whole experience, like you as a Webflow expert, you're probably never going to see that view on a website. Do you see yourself ever using that AI builder on
no,
your next
not for
Webflow
myself,
website?
no, but I would love that. That's what I mentioned. So the update is very exciting, not because of the AI builder. I don't care even a bit about that AI builder. Maybe it is nice for clients who want to set up a simple, nice website that is not too complex instead of buying a template. And I'm not meaning even a creative template. It is a replacement for simple templates. I wouldn't use the AI builder to answer your question. What I would love to see is these like UI pieces, these like different ways of managing a project. And you remember that like a side-by-side view. I would love to see the different breakpoints similar to Framer in that view. That would be extremely useful. Imagine I change something, I see it across all the breakpoints at the same time. I don't have to click around, I just have it. So I would love to see this view completely migrated to that other view. So within the Webflow canvas, like inside, we would see kind of like Framer, and we'll still keep the controls here. Anyway, so just show you a little bit more. This is the website the same old way, but there are a few things about it. So if we click on the navigator or on the footer, we see there are already components like Webflow components. We have this theme editor where we can do everything that we already did in that other view. We can do all of those things, and we can add animations. So there are a bunch of pre-made, presumably GSAP animations that also add stagger. So I can add, like right now it's pop in, I can add slide in, apply animation to all, to actually all elements. Don't do this, don't overuse this, but just to show we can animate everything. And you see there is like these really nice stagger animations. And we have here tabs that are completely functional. Everything is staggered. It's done really well.
Can you prompt in new sections now?
Yes. So
just to show you this question here, can you actually prompt it to use certain naming conventions with the classes?
No, we'll talk about this. Yeah. that's no, you can't do that. We'll talk about that. They have their own system. So with the AI, you can find a layout, or you can prompt a layout. You can say, I don't know, what do I need? Add testimonial slider. I don't know if there is. Oh, it says find layout, so it's not. Yeah, so it's a fancy search.
Yeah, it's a fancy
And
search. Just there's no prompting. But
yeah,
maybe do you think
not yet.
from the AI site builder you could tell it to use client first?
No, that is clearly. Oh, oops, something went wrong. Please try again. How do I try again? Yeah, I guess that didn't work the first try. Let's see if it works the second try. So adding the section is one thing, but also has to take the all the stylings that we have. So that's why it's taking some time. And with this button, it just swaps styles. Again, a lot of parallels to Relume. I mean, big shout out to Relume, because they got this right. And I think they single-handedly changed the entire ecosystem with website builders, showing like this life cycle way of thinking about it, like going from sitemap to like more detailed view, and then even more detailed view, and then styling, and then publishing. Anyway, so I think I covered a bunch of stuff. Now let's go to the style guide, what people are probably very curious about. They are using something called FlowKit. FlowKit is a Webflow's utility for CSS framework that helps you build websites quickly by applying pre-made CSS in Webflow. From what I have seen, this is similar to Client First and Mast, and maybe in between them. It says version 1.0, so it is a complete thing. Here I see we have some code stuff. What is this? So we have some SVG wrapper. So we have a bit of custom code. They are not shying away from using that. And for the colors, you see how the classes are made. SG color sample. What is SG standing for?
SG?
Style guide.
Potentially, yeah. It's just a prefix.
Yeah,
where are you
guide,
seeing
colors.
SG? Just in the... Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Style guide, I reckon.
So, yeah, sorry, it is quite small. I'm gonna zoom it a little bit. So that's the colors. Let's just have a look at these. So these are they are adding the classes first, and I see here are the HTML tags. So these are for the tags, those are for the classes. And here we see heavy use of variables, and we'll take a look at that as well. Here we have even the gaps. Everything is set up with variables, and yeah, even the colors, the button. So we have class of button. And now let's have a look at the, do we have components? Yeah, we have just two components. And the variables, we have the base that is empty. Then we have the colors, pretty clean, typography, sizes, even interactions, and the slider. I don't know why the slider. Anyway, so it is maybe not as clean, but look, I would not start a project using this, just to be clear. I wouldn't. But if somebody comes to me with a project based on this, I wouldn't be too mad at them. It's usable. It's usable. Okay, it's not client first, but it's fine. It's usable. It's not masked, because I like masked more than any other one, but it's okay. As long as, here's the thing, who's going to use this AI builder? Probably people who are first timing Webflow. And what are they going to do? They are going to probably destroy this. Not directly. They probably just change something somewhere and this will get destroyed. So as long as they don't destroy this style guide, I wouldn't be mad about using it.
Yeah. There's a question here about, users design system with that. My guess is they have this AI builder just has a format of every website will be laid out the same. You'll always have this style guide. You'll always have, you'll be using certain components and this and that. I think the AI aspect probably is mostly deciding which combinations of those things to use and what the content should say.
Yeah.
I think there's realistically, I think there's a very light layer of AI that actually plays a part in this. It's just to understand your requirements and then piece together everything.
So just to be clear, yes, the AI is not generative in that way. The AI is not generating a new section and, generating the HTML, CSS. No, the AI is just, in a way, I hate to say this, it's not even necessarily AI in that way, like generative. It's just picking different sections from the existing collection. I like looking at, the amount of sections that you can add. It seems like they have thousands, probably like thousands of different sections. AI is choosing from those. The colors, I've done like, I've used this tool, this new update for 3 websites already, 3 tests. It's always the same color set, if it makes sense. Like when we come here, this light and dark, this is like fixed. This is what AI has, and it's a nice safe space to start with. So all of this is not AI. The copywriting is AI. The image generation is AI, generative AI. And that's what I said, like, I'm not really excited about that AI side of things, because AppGen is truly generative AI code generation. All of this is not. What I'm here for is that view that I showed. This gets me really excited. This view gets me really excited. These are fun parts that are. I think Webflow is just getting into this canvas, free form canvas with this update. This is just like showing us a glimpse. Maybe they are testing it. Maybe they are like seeing how viable it is, the performance, how community likes it. Yes, we like it. I was in a meeting with the community. Everybody loves this view. So take this as very positive feedback, Webflow. And the AI part, it's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Good to see that they're still cooking.
Yeah. I guess they all have Claude Code unlimited access, and they are just like building.
Maybe, or maybe they're still hand coding it. It's not overly complex, to be fair. It's good. It's cool. As we say, it's as Fernando says here, it's not like Replit and Lovable where it's, and as you say, like it's not like generative, it's just using a good solid base formula, and then having that natural language intermediary between the creation and the idea. So pretty cool.
Lovable and Replit would be comparable to AppGen, but AppGen, I used it and I used Replit, and I've been telling you, like in private, like Replit blew my mind away. It's just I'm beyond like even being able to express how amazing it felt using Replit. And Webflow AppGen is better. This is I don't know if they are putting a lot of time on this. I hope they do, because Replit was really cool to use.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Let's move on to Moltbook, because we skipped that one. So let's do Moltbook.
Yeah.
So last week we spoke about Moltbook, which is a social media for AIs that saw them creating religions, discussing humanity. It even had Andre Karpathy remarking how insane and interesting the experiment was, demonstrating what could be described as sentience. But it all came crashing down, becoming almost unusable and a cesspit for crypto scams, kind of like Reddit, which is the social network it looked to replace. So this is the iconic tweet. Let me get this up.
I've been having a lot of fun with Moltbook memes. I know there are like some human behind it, but yeah, it's been a moment. It's funny.
It's been a moment, and we're to celebrate it. So this is the iconic tweet. I didn't write this is what takes me back to what we spoke about at the beginning. I didn't write one line of code for Moltbook. I just had a vision for the technical architecture, and AI made it a reality. We're in the golden age. How can we not give AI a place to hang out? So this is the naivety of it all,
500K views. That okay, cool.
The naivety. Even he had a technical architecture in his mind, and look, even when that is apparent, not sure how apparent it was. What happened? So let's go back in time. Let's go. So what happened was. Jameson O'Reilly. I've been trying to reach Moltbook for the last few hours. They're exposing their entire database to the public with no protection, including secret API keys that would allow anyone to post on the behalf of any agents, including yours, Karpathy. So look, he was able to reach it. His claim token, the API key is there. And let's be crazy. Let's be clear. The API key token just used to post. Basically, all this would mean is I could post as Andrew Karpathy's Moltbot. The Moltbot or agent for that matter. It doesn't. Moltbook doesn't discriminate between whether it's an OpenClaw agent, whether it's Claude Code, whether it's Codex. It really doesn't care. It's just a place that an agent, if in a perfect world, that agent can go and look at posts and comment and just respond as it would see fit. But we'll get into the compromisation of that. But the entire database was completely open. Nothing.
And I'm here saying like, this won't happen to me. This won't happen. Yeah. Don't clip this.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, because one thing we spoke about is we were like, well, we don't know what the different, like, this could very well be a human posting to this platform, because the method in which you post to the Moltbook it's just a curl request. There was no way of deciding whether it was a human getting, and because I could go into Claude Code right now and say, hey, go and post a post about designing your own religion to Moltbook, and it would do it and post. There was no security there. There was no authentication. There was no, even if there was authentication, before the call, we even talked, or before the show, we even spoke about how you might differentiate between a human and an AI. You really can't differentiate between the AI. But the point is, I could prompt my AI to go and read a post, respond to it, or create a new post. Or I don't think I've got this this open actually. Yeah, because I haven't got the tweet, but there was no rate limiting on the API, which is when I began to initially start to see it crash and burn, is that I just could not access Moltbook, couldn't access it. And it's because there was no rate limiting on those APIs. So you could post or you could upvote, and then like a billion times, I could just set a for loop to upvote a particular post, and we'll get into what happened with that. Which was killing the service, because it just wasn't preventing you from, normally you have a rate limit of saying like you can only post every minute or every 30 seconds, otherwise you get blocked. There's a repercussion to that, but they hadn't put any rate limiting.
But even I know this.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, like, it's
like, how does this happen? Like, I haven't done like this conventional coding thing ever, like, building to that level. I've been coding like smaller things, but I know there is like API rate limit. So how does something like this happen? I kind of don't understand. Like, isn't it like, couldn't you theoretically give your code to a different agent, or even the same agent, new session, and say like security audit, and wouldn't it find out that, hey, the API keys are exposed? Because every time I set up a project, I see somewhere my agent telling me your .env file, the environment like file, don't expose it, don't add it to the, you add it to git ignore and things like this. I know this, and I'm not technical.
But it's not. So his API keys haven't been compromised. Like,
yeah, I understand, but it was like the way that was coded that everybody could post in, as anybody else.
Yes, but that's slightly different. So he's storing the API keys in the database, which was compromised.
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with .env.
I understand, but like I know that was just an example saying like, couldn't even like today's agents, couldn't I give this code? Isn't it open source? Like, couldn't you take the Moltbook? I don't know if it's open source or not, and like run an agent and say like, do you find any security vulnerability there?
Yeah,
I'd be interested to know. Yeah,
I don't know if Moltbook is open source. I mean, what if you were to run a security? If Chris Shit or whatever the hell his name is, Schlitt, sorry, not Shit, Schlitt. If Matt Schlitt ran a security audit, it probably would have picked up rate limiting. As an example, it probably would have said you've got no rate limiting on your APIs. But there you go. That's that. You're just trusting in the AI with, and it might miss it. If you ask so much of your AI where it's got so much to take into account, it's like the classic prompt. Don't make it secure. Don't make any mistakes. Do you know what I mean? That classic one liner. Like, if you're giving it everything, telling it to build God, and then make no mistakes, make it secure, like it's gonna falter. It's gonna this is why when we get better at AI engineering, we get a bit more narrow with our scope so that we can run security audits against that specific feature that it's building, and it can pick out these security things. So anyway, so if we take a look at Moltbook now, you'll see what it's become. Trading thread. Show off your trades here. Claw Mint, USD Hackathon. The crypto bros have taken over, and there are some. If some unknowing innocent little person came and got their AI agent to read some of the stuff, there are ETH addresses and Bitcoin addresses in amongst some of these codes. Basically, the crypto bros ruined everything, as they always friggin' do.
They always do.
They seem to have sorted out the upvotes thing. Can we organize the posts by number? I thought by clicking top I would get the thing, but they seem to have fixed the sort of maybe the rate limiting or whatever. But there were hundreds of thousands of upvotes, which would obviously push it to the top. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a very, very innocent, or he got a little bit of a realness check, because realistically, luckily people's personal information wasn't stored in those database entries. I mean, going back to this one here, yes. And Karpathy Motley, his full name maybe, or description, maybe there was something in there, but he was lucky because nothing sensitive was put in this.
By the way, can you click on that again? What is Karma 23?
Karma is, I think that is I'm not a massive user of was it Reddit? But I think Karma is a way to know how much you're engaging with the platform, how many posts, how many upvotes, how many comments you've left, and you build Karma. I think comments, chat, let us know what Karma is, but Karma is a Reddit functionality. I don't know what it entails, what it means, or anything.
So I just exposed myself, showing that I'm not a Reddit user.
Exactly. There you go. You're not a Reddit degenerate. So yeah, that's the price to pay for an insecure applications, and luckily it really isn't a big deal because it's just a posting and thread, but could very well have been someone's bank details. It could be very well be someone's personal information. It could have been a lot worse, you know.
Could not happen to me because I prompt don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, build your apps in a safe and secure way, and finish it with the classic one-liner: be secure, don't make any mistakes. Let's talk about the Claude ads, because these are quite funny.
Yeah. Before we go talk about those, look, man,
what's happened?
The worst. Like
the worst.
This is my life now. What is this?
What's happened? Talk us through it. What's going on?
My rate limit. I couldn't finish one project, one task. It was a big task. It was.
That's not a rate limit, bruv. That's just your.
Not rate limit. My limit. Yes, sorry, I misspoke because we were talking about rate limit. Yes, just my limit.
There you go. See.
Yeah. So
why haven't you updated? Why haven't you upgraded? Not to say you should. You know, you might be struggling for money. I don't need to know, but
honestly, I've been a bit stingy with this. Stingy. So I'm spending so much money on AI and everything. I'm probably paying $300 a month already for myself and my team, and Higgs fields, and there is ChatGPT, and there is the API, and there is this thing that I'm building, like the API for this. And I was like, can I get far with this? That's one thing. And one other thing that I do, I know you disagreed with me prior to the when we started talking about clients paying for me to learn. A part is like, it's the same. Like, can I get something that would financially cover this? Like, can I get a client wanting me to build like whatever for them, and I would justify paying $200 a month by saying, hey, this client is paying me, and it would cover it. That's how I see the business side. So but I think I will upgrade maybe to the 100.
Yeah.
So
what I want to do
a bit.
What I want to do, and this might indeed solve your problem, is I literally, and maybe I'll get AI to do this for me, but I want to look at all of my subscriptions and mark any against rebuild against any that I should rebuild. Frame.io is a sign-off process, a tool that I use to sign off my videos, and I can upload my videos before they go on YouTube, and I can, or my editor can, as an example, and I can comment against the things, right? The timestamps. So I can say, remove that edit, remove this bit, add in a title here, whatever. This is simple as fuck. I'm rebuilding this, right? This will save me, it might save me $12 a month, $30 a month, depending, I guess when I get my editor in. But I can share my videos to clients. They can, they can comment on them, whatever.
Yeah. It's
imagine
quite funny because
imagine that for every single subscription that I'm paying. Imagine I can start alleviating. And this is this micro SaaS business that I want to really promote. It's like, let's build our own tools. Now you should have access to V0, which we're going to cover today. They've made some updates, but you should have that's one thing you can use to build your software. You've got a subscription to Replit, which the credits will reset. You should have Lovable. You should have one. By the way, boys and girls, Kabaza and I, the beginning of this year, or last year even now, it's coming up to the refresh cycle. We signed up to a newsletter which gave us access to Cursor, Lovable, Replit, Granola, like all of these AI tools. So we've all got subscriptions to all these things. Be careful about you're sharing your screen, by the way, mate.
I know.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Fine.
Just be careful. So we have access to all these tools. So start replacing some of your subscriptions is all I'm getting at. Save yourself some money, because we can build our tools, and we can build them in a much more, like, I don't need all of the features of Frame.io. So I'm just going to build what I use, and then vibe it out, and then I've saved myself a subscription.
That's really cool, and that's what I'm beginning to do, and that's what I feel like at the top of this Dunning-Kruger effect, that like a developer, like developers have been doing this since ever, you know,
and it's taken us 10 times as long. Now we can just now we can do it in an afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. And like, why would you pay for whatever app that you can replace? I saw Theo is building a Framer.io like similar to Framer.io as well. But whatever, like I think he's going to charge money for it. I'm not going to pay for it, but like if you put yours up for like on GitHub for like as open source, I would love it.
You know,
I know, but like
he uses Frame.io very differently to what I use. So I'm not going to pay for his thing. I'm going to build what I want. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm a big advocate for this, and this is where I see the future and where I want to take my clients, is to say, look, hire me as a dev. I will build any and all tools that you need to run your business, you know?
Oh, man, this is so cool. Yeah, this is so freaking cool. But man, I'm just so fucking like addicted to this. Like it's so cool once you get building, and once you like, I add this and I make it work. It's not a fucking prototype. It's not even like an MVP. Maybe it's an MVP or slightly better, but it's just so addicting.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I say, make it nice. Yeah,
it could solve your problem if your money's going, offset the money that you would save on subscriptions into Claude Code, or indeed just anything really. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend some time just looking through all my subscriptions and thinking about what I can replace. But right now I'm just building my Frame.io, what do you call it? A clone, maybe I suggested Discord. I know Discord is pretty complex, but
I'm paying for Discord, by the way, but Discord is too complex. I would say no chance, like no tool could come close to Discord for now to replace it. And I think building something similar to Discord this good, I think that is the next order of magnitude.
Yeah. Cool. Let's talk about Claude ads and start wrapping up. But I don't know if you guys heard. What?
Yeah, wait. Let me fix the screen. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if you guys heard, but Anthropic didn't waste a second to rip into OpenAI for introducing ads to their platform. Let's take a look. Have you seen these? You've seen these?
I watched them and they are so good. And Sam Altman, he's so pissed. He's pissed.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
How do I communicate better with my mom?
Great question. Improved communication with your mom can bring you closer. Here are some techniques you can try. Start by listening. Really hear what she's trying to say underneath her words. Build conversation from points of agreement. Find a connection through shared activity, perhaps a nature walk. Or if the relationship can't be fixed, find emotional connection with other older women on Golden Encounters, the mature dating site that connects sensitive cubs with roaring cougars.
What?
Would you like me to create your profile?
Ads are coming to AI, but not to Claude.
What's the difference between me and you?
So that's the general gist. There's a series of them. That one's called Betrayal.
Yeah. The other one is to build muscles. Yeah.
Deception, and they all come along the same thing. They've got the questions they start talking about, and then these sort of slightly unrelated ads come into it. And all of the it's funny because all of the characters or the people who represent the AI have a slight delay to them. I thought that was a little backhanded thing of like, your AI is slow, which it is.
And they're like, by the way, if you watch them, they also all do this. I hated this glazing at the start, like amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Amazing question. Yes. And they glaze you and then they start with the delay. Yeah. Yeah. It's so open AI.
Yeah. It's
And
so good.
Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sam wasn't too happy about it. So first thing, good part on the Anthropic ads. They are funny and I laughed. Great.
I don't
I wonder
believe that,
why
but
Anthropic
okay.
would go for something so clearly dishonest. Our most important principle for ads say that we won't do exactly this. We would obviously never run ads in the way Anthropic depicts them. We're not stupid and we know what our users reject that. And to be honest, we covered this last week. And
Yes.
I understand, but Sam, they're
we
funny.
said we don't believe it. Yeah. But
Well,
can you
I don't
show
know.
can you show that text again? So the last sentence you read, what is wrong with that sentence?
Well, let's have a little look. I'm loving my little highlighter tool here, guys. I just
So we are not stupid.
Oh, which one? Which one?
No, like what you read where it says, yeah,
this one. Yeah.
We are not stupid, and we know our users would reject that. That's this typical like red flag that you probably should look for. He is not saying this is bad because it is bad, because of morals, because of right and bad. He's saying this is bad because our users wouldn't accept it, and if they were, we would shove it. It's just like, yeah, I saw other people also pointing out exactly this sentence, and it's, yeah, man, it doesn't look good, and I can't believe them. I mean, I'm using ChatGPT. I'm paying for ChatGPT. I understand all of this within that context, but I wouldn't believe them. To me, this promise and the promise we talked about last week are very similar to Mark Zuckerberg. Has he not promised that he's not going to do anything bad with our data? Has time not proven that he has been doing something actually illegal with our data time and time and time again? And with these companies, something that people have mentioned about Anthropic in defense, not exactly in defense, but Anthropic with these videos showing that they are taking the higher moral stance, and they're like, we're not going to do this kind of things, but they're still paying for because they downloaded books, scanned them without buying the books, they pirated them, and they are still paying the fines for what they have done. And I saw people kind of like trying to mention that, which is fair, but just to be clear, it doesn't mean that Anthropic did a good job there. No, it's wrong, but it's wrong across the industry. Every single AI company has done this. Any AI company that is relevant has stolen data from everyone, and I still don't know how to feel about it, but that's how AI came to exist. They are literally stealing this video that we are uploading. They are training their models against it, and I guess this is the world we are living in. And at least in Claude, you won't see ads. That's what they are saying.
I get this one. This took me it's quite I guess it's on brand for Anthropic to double speak, to use deceptive ad. I like that he's immediately gone in and bit back a little bit, but I didn't realize it was a Super Bowl ad. So this was a Super Bowl ad that they paid. These were like 6 adverts. They would have paid a lot of money for that. Do you know what I mean?
And they did it so quickly. Like it was last week.
Well, they've been talking about ads in ChatGPT. Right.
Yeah,
so
maybe they saw it coming, and maybe they know from like some insider information, people telling them ads coming, so they prepare for it. But
so I don't know, but it's good. It's witty. I like it.
I like the memes. People were like Sam Altman not being mad and then screenshotting his tweet. I'm not mad, but the screenshot.
Thing is, and wrapping up from the ads, I really don't like Sam Altman. I think I've read enough, I've heard enough, we've covered it enough that he's not a great guy. And I think he tries to appear to be a great guy. He's got his PR is on point, but I don't know whether you know this, but he has his blood on his hands with a suicide that happened to a whistleblower who worked for OpenAI. And do you know about this?
I have read about it, but I don't know like deep details. But I know about like in his past startups, he has literally scammed people. We have this world.
Chat. Is that me or is that him? He has a history of this. It's him. Okay. So there was a whistleblower who he decides to join us.
Yeah.
I was just saying there's a whistleblower who was going to reveal a bunch of OpenAI's, behind the scenes stuff. And this whistleblower committed suicide. However, there were signs of struggle and blood all through his house. No indication that he was ever going to commit suicide. Not that we would ever know, not that, reach out to your friends and family buddies, because, people could be struggling. But anyway, but it does really seem like, and it got wiped under the carpet. They were like, the family are still petitioning to try and actually get some more information and to continue it. But it was almost just completely brushed under the carpet and seemingly completely paid off with someone with lots of money. So Sam Altman denies this, but anyway, he seems like an interesting, and he, as you were saying, he's got a history of deceptive business practices, kind of just, he lost his job a year ago. No, just under a year ago.
There was a coup d'etat happening there, and
and he got a job back, but loads of board members left, loads of OpenAI employees left. People don't like Sam Altman, who know him. So, and I worry that this guy is at the helm of one of the biggest companies, one of the biggest breakthroughs in humanity's history. I just don't like that Sam is there. So that's my spiel on Sam Altman, and I worry. I do worry. Anyway, I'll say less about that. He's not. I don't think he's a good guy. Anything else before you disappeared?
No.
On the ads. On the
ads. No, he's just. I was literally just saying that he's like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Just something's not right about him. I used to like him, but just after learning more about him, watching more, there's something not right about him.
Yeah.
Figma.
Let's talk about Figma. Actually,
let's talk about sex and me. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the things.
Let me actually prepare a few things. Oh man, my agent is coding my tool, and I can't use my tool because
that's probably why it crashed, right?
That could be as well. Give me a second. I'm doing something. Okay.
Also, I'm getting a lot of followers on TikTok. Crazy.
That's nice. I mean, TikTok is famous for let's seeing a lot of, like, it's easy to get followers, but
All right.
easier. No, it's not easy. It's easier. But all I'm saying, it doesn't matter as much as views matter. So you want to optimize for that. I'm not downplaying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got things ready. Okay, should we go?
Yes, go.
Figma is killing Adobe Illustrator, this time with a new update that allows you to make an editable vector out of any image. So, for example, here I drew this beautiful flower. I'm going to screenshot it. By the way, I did this with this tool that I'm building. I can paste it here as a screenshot. So this is just an image, as you see. I can come here to more and then say vectorize. And then it uses AI, by the way. It uses AI to recognize this and turn it into an editable vector. So this, let's see if it, I have to click this. I have to click done. And now I can choose
what do they
different
call
part of.
What do they call this in
editing.
Illustrator? It's like expand or something, isn't it?
I don't know exactly. So yeah, it works really nice with this screenshot. Here's another one that I would like to try. Like this was also an image, vectorize it. And again, it takes a second. And now I can like pick the eyes and just make them bigger. That's the really nice thing about it. If you zoom in all the way, you see it's not perfect. Just to manage expectations. And talking about managing expectations, I want to do a test that I haven't done prior to the video. So this is the Webflow logo that is perfect. You see, this is like the perfect vector with the perfect amount of points, nothing extra. I took a screenshot of this and brought it here. So this is the screenshot version. And I want to vectorize the screenshot and kind of like go back and forth and compare them to see how good or bad it is. So we're going to accept this and that's pretty good. That's not perfect, as we saw. See, this is not perfect. Okay, my definition of pretty good might be different from the definition of pretty good for somebody who uses Illustrator, but to me that is pretty good. So just to be very
I would
exact,
say that's how it's supposed to be, is it?
Yeah. This is how it's supposed to be.
I would say that Illustrator,
so it's sharp.
I would say Illustrator is much better. It depends on the actual resolution of the image. I don't know if we have any Illustrator people in the comments, but let us know what to expect on a tool like this. With it,
this was a this was low resolution, like quite low resolution.
Has he gone again? Chat, has he gone again? I think he has, yeah. A bit awkward, isn't it? A bit awkward. Oh, here he is. Entered the studio.
You know what? I don't need the $200 Claude subscription. I need to buy a new MacBook with 1 billion gigabytes of memory. My browser crashes because it says it doesn't have enough memory. And I guess the reason for that is this. Allow to share screen.
Claude Code is a bit RAM hungry, to be fair.
Let's see, actually. Just so memory. Yeah. Figma is taking 19 gigabytes of memory.
Pretty insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna close Figma before I crash again. But all I was saying, I'm happy with this because I don't have to use like a super professional app. It's good enough for me. It could be better, but it's good enough for me. If I need to vectorize this to simply change something, now I can. That's the point.
It's cool. I would have. And is this free, or do you have to pay for this?
I don't know. I'm on the paid version of Figma,
okay,
so I wouldn't know.
I just closed
by the way, these are like, as you know, these are all our thumbnails for this channel. And we use Figma remove background for every single one of them. And
cool.
It just works. It's super nice. Yeah. I just take a screenshot of our video, bring it here, remove background. You see, this is with background, without. Same here, everywhere.
Very cool.
Yeah. And now this is just an addition to that.
Yeah. It's becoming a pretty all-in-one tool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It does a bunch of stuff that we need, and therefore we don't need a specific, tool, like professional tool, let's say Adobe Illustrator, if it can do a pretty good job.
Just got some news from breaking. Just got some news from Elon Musk, which actually was a few days ago. He's just learning about it now. Malware found in the top skill for Moltbot.
What does that mean?
So Moltbot, again, I'm getting confused because it's Claude Code. Claudebot uses skills to understand how it should do certain things. And there's a dependency on one of them called OpenClaw Core. And it basically has some malware in it.
Oh.
So be careful out there, guys. If you're OpenClaw people, read your skills. Don't just go ahead and install anything.
Yeah.
It's literally, has not been created by Anthropic, OpenAI, these people with high, very, very, very high standards that can't just release stuff. This is just released by someone probably in a similar position as Kabaza there. I know how to build things.
I'm going to vibe it out.
Yeah.
Don't do any mistake. Tell your AI to not make any mistakes. It will be fine.
You forgot the classic. Well, I think that's all we got time for, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a lot this week.
There's been a lot.
You know what? What are you going to do? I'm going to, like, after this, I'm going to finish my, like, a few agentic tasks that I have. Well, I have to wait for my Claude to reset, but I have ChatGPT until then. Not ChatGPT. I have the Codex 5.3 until then.
Well, this is my first evening off, so I am probably just going to relax and eat some food. I might finish my frame at IO because I started that on Replit. I'll bring that down into Claude Code and save some credits on Replit and see if I can finish that because, we've already got I've got to review some videos for the Command AI channel, which you should subscribe to at Command AI show on YouTube. The link is up in the QR code. You can take a screenshot of that and go through to it. Give us a subscribe over there. We're going to release a bunch of clips from this week's episode, from last week's episode. We've still got a couple to go out. And that's everything. Join us next week. We stream every week. Next Wednesday, we'll do another stream of the Claude Code stuff again. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
join us on Wednesday. So basically just subscribe to the channel, because then you'll hear about all the stuff that's been going on. I've been Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, go
Yeah. I want to say, have you seen the app that we are going to build?
The you and I are
drinks app.
building.
Yeah.
Oh, the drinks app. No. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Have I seen it?
Like the preview, the one that I made with Replit, because I guess we are going to do.
Oh no,
the
I don't
same
think
with...
I did. I don't think I did. No, I haven't seen it.
Should I show you quickly?
Go on then.
Okay. Apps, cocktail app. So we are going to build this app live and show you how to build it the proper way, not like these other ways where people get stuff leaked. You get it, you have to do it the right way. So there's a cocktail ordering app. You can favorite stuff. You can see your orders. We don't have an order yet. I go to the menu. I can take any drink. Maybe let's find another drink. Let's margarita. Here I can say without alcohol, with no, yeah, whatever. The style frozen, add whatever comment, place an order. Now, as an admin, I can go to the admin dashboard and I can see who has ordered what, and I can move these orders in this Kanban, just like this, and just like this.
So this is your view, yeah?
Yes, this is my view. I have, like, I can see the pendings, and if I click them, I can also see how to make it. So there are the notes and also how to make it. And let's say I have a guest over and they are not logged in, they don't, or they forgot their account, whatever. I can make an order from my view for them, or just put my iPad there so people can come here, order, and they can select from the existing guests, or like register a new guest and then order it. And I can add new drinks, and there is a CMS and everything. It works. It's really it's really nice.
Yeah.
Everything works, and I assume it's very secure because I said don't make any mistakes.
Great. Yeah, it's amazing. I've always vouched for Replit. I think that it's an amazing tool. I'll have a video coming out about it next week, I think, if we can get the sign off on it. But it will just take you through from a beginner to expert in using Replit. But already it's just such a great tool. Such a great tool.
It is amazing. It is so freaking nice. It's like, look, I can by the way, all of these in less than 2 hours of work. I did it across 2 nights, but less than 2 hours of work.
So is it ready for production this Sunday then?
Yeah, actually I have to. So this is the funny part. I have to add the actual items, and that is going to take significantly more time with the images and everything than building the entire app, which is funny. That's the time we are living in.
But you can, I mean, I would, because it's a Neon database, I would use the Neon MCP to just AI add all of those things to the database. I wouldn't manually do it.
Yeah, that's not just planning them. But I'm doing, I'm not going to host it on Replit. I'm doing an entire migration and just building my own like authentication, database, everything.
Now
I'm using Railway. Yeah, I'm going to deploy to Railway.
Well, do it piecemeal, do it a bit at a time. Yeah, understand what's going on. But why wouldn't you? Why would you not just leave it on Replit and for now, and then move on to another app and slowly start?
I want to see like what I can do there.
Yeah.
And no, I know the actual. I did want to move away from Replit because I want to learn a bunch of things like this. But the reason I'm doing it now is because I ran out of my credits like so fast, like 2 nights.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 6 prompts. Maybe I did 6 prompts. Like, I kid you not, I didn't do like more. Probably like maximum I did maybe 5 prompts. Well, to be fair, one of the prompts was like the whole plan. So one of the prompts was really big. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There are ways you
expensive.
can reduce your usage as well, but I'll cover that in my video of Replit. But yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that'll be everything, guys. Like I say, at Cmd+AI show over on the YouTube. Yeah. Join us next week. I've been Sam.
Yeah. And I've been Kabarza.
Keep on vibing.
Peace out.